Hey folks, just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody, my friends and my family. I love you, and it's always good to be in contact with you on whatever level, you know. Today I wanted to talk about something that was weighing heavily on my mind. I wanted to talk about how to kill black business or how to kill any business. But in this particular case, I'm living here in Sosua. So I wanted to talk about how to kill black businesses in Sosua. How do you do it? And it's something that's been weighing heavily. And I had a conversation with one of my buddies the other day, and I said I'm going to make this video because I've been thinking about it for a long time. So anyway, I've seen it on many levels. I've seen people who are in the process of killing a business or who are intentionally trying to kill a particular black business or black businesses. And I'm speaking on it from a black perspective because I'm a black man. Um, and in this particular instance, we're going to be talking about what I call niggas. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about people who I feel are of bad moral character or silly people or stupid people, people who are not good. And I feel that there are niggers in all nationalities. They could be white, they could be green, they could be Chinese. If they're that type of person, I just call them niggers. That covers them, from me. So in life or in business, in this particular instance, you have people who want what they don't deserve, or people who are trying to get things that they have not paid for. People who are trying to squeeze out more than they're entitled to, and from many perspectives, it's something that's not good to do, or actually morally wrong to do. And as it relates to business, when you talk about business, there are certain costs that are associated with certain things. Certain things just cost a certain amount. It takes this much to manufacture a product, and within that cost, you have your costs for rent, you have your costs for labor, you have your costs for raw material, and all of this put together gives you a product cost, how much a product should cost. And that's something that's universally understood. There is a certain cost that is associated with certain services or certain products. So you have to ask yourself, well, how much does it cost to buy a meal? How much does food cost? Or how much does it cost to buy a drink? What's a drink cost? In the States, in a meal can cost anywhere from $5 to $100. A drink can cost anywhere from $5 to $30. So depending on where you are and what restaurant you're in. I've had people who've come into my restaurant Treehouse and argue over the cost of a particular thing. And for the record, my costs were low as compared to many other companies, but they weren't low enough for some people. I had one guy come in, I'll never forget, a black guy, a motorcycle guy. He was in the area from Puerto Plata, and he was just overwhelmed because he felt my cost of a beer was too high. And he felt, he expressed that I didn't know what I was doing, and I needed to go to Puerto Plata and buy beer, and he just went on, and he shared his sentiments with other people, that my cost of a beer was just outrageous. But in the meantime, I had the lowest beer cost in the area. My beer was costing less than any other restaurant in the area, and that was just an example of people who don't understand how business works, or who don't care. They don't give a fuck, whether you make money on anything, or whether you even break even, on products that you're selling. I had another instance with white people. We had some white folks come in when I had a Treehouse in Sunset Plaza, and they had an issue because they wanted to buy vodka and cranberry. It was about 6 of them together. They wanted to buy vodka and cranberry for 150 pesos, and 150 pesos is about $3. And they had a discussion with me, and then they went to the owners, of the plaza, who were German, to plead their case about, why I wasn't selling vodka and cranberry for $3. And my point was very simply, I can't sell it for $3 because it costs more than that to buy. I have to buy the vodka, we have to buy cranberry, we have employees, we have rent to pay, we have insurance to pay. And all of these things, are factored into the cost of a drink. So I can't sell a product below, what it costs to produce that product. So that's one of the things that is taken into account when we make prices. So you have people who come in and they want more than they deserve. They want things that cost, things that they're comfortable with, as opposed to what's needed to maintain a business. But it's always been said that these are the same guys, who will pay $100 for pussy, whatever pussy costs them. They're willing to pay that, but they're not willing to pay for their basic services. They're not willing to pay for their housing decent prices. They're not willing to pay for their meals decent prices. But I had a long time ago, my dad told me, he's like, you don't want everybody as a customer. Everybody is not a customer for you. And I've had other advisors express that everything isn't for everybody. So if you have people and they don't appreciate your service, or they are disrespecting your service by their behavior, then you don't need them as a customer. So some people we just don't want or need as customers. They come in and they're disingenuous, they are selfish, and then they wonder why they're not respected, or wonder why they're not met with enthusiasm. So businesses cost money to run. It costs money to run a business. And the objective of a business is to provide a good service and also to make money. So we're going to provide the best service that we can. But in that process, we have to make money. We have to make money to continue in business. We have to make money to pay our employees, insurance, product. So businesses aren't designed for selfish, silly people, and it has to stop. Black men who come out here, or people who come out there, they have to stop with this ideology that they don't have to pay for service. They can't have this ideology that they can come and they can sit in a business for hours and negotiate with chicks and look for girls and just sit in someone's business and not pay. That's just not fair. It's just not how businesses are set up to run. You cannot go anywhere in the States or in other countries and just sit there for hours and not pay and conversate and congregate and do all of these things and feel that there's no cost associated with that. If that's how you feel, then that's what you need to do at your own home. Sometimes they'll come in and they want exceptional service. They want people to pawn over them and whatever, and then they leave and they give a 50 peso tip, $1 as a tip, and they wonder why people aren't feeling with them. It's because they're fucked up. They have a fucked up ideology, and they think that the world owes them something, as opposed to they're doing their fair share to contribute to the success of a business. So there are people out there that want more than they're entitled to, and it has to stop, so that we can provide, black businesses can provide the best service that they can. Another thing that I've noticed out here is, how people act when it comes to specials and deals. Companies run specials, or they run sales in order to draw customers to their company, in order to have customers buy other services. So this is the idea. It's called having a loss leader. So for instance, somebody will say on Thursday, we have hot dogs for 50 cents, for example. And so people come Thursday, they have hot dogs for 50 cents. They'll come and they'll buy a hot dog, but in addition, they'll buy a drink, and maybe they don't want a hot dog, so maybe they'll buy a hamburger, or things like that. So it's called a loss leader, and it's designed to get people to come, and then they'll benefit from that sale, which usually the company loses money on, but sometimes they'll buy other things. There's a black company in Cabarete, and I hear it a lot. That's why I'm going to mention it. And it's called Diosa. It's a black lady who owns it. And I think it's one day, I think it's on a Wednesday, that she has a loss leader, a special, and it's like 3 chicken wings and 2 sides for like 150 pesos for, something exceptionally low. And on Wednesday you'll have dudes, and they'll travel. It's about a 30-minute ride. They'll travel $30, 30 minutes rather, just to get this particular special. This uh, 3 wings and other shit for $3 or 150 pesos. But then the thing is, well, are you going to go out there at other times? Are you going to really support this lady? Are you just looking to, get what you can out of that company and not support her or at other times? So that's the mentality that some have. They'll travel, just because they think they're getting this good deal, but they don't understand that the idea is to actually be supportive of a black company, actually be supportive of this company and the service that they provide rather. We did an event the other day at Cheers Bar, and we did the event during happy hour. It was during happy hour. Brother had food specials, had a DJ, which was me, old school soul and funk, and you still had some people who were complaining. It just wasn't enough. So I explained to the brother, I was like, you can't have happy hour, you can't have food specials and a DJ. There's no way that you can make money. There's no way that that's something that's sustainable. So yes, we want to provide a service, but services cost money. If you want DJs, if you want live DJs, if you want nice events, if you want things that are upscale, it costs money. Heaven forbid, if a company says, it's going to be, $4 or $5 to have this specific event, you have some of you brothers out there, or some of the niggas, they're crying, oh, we never paid that before, and this and that. But listen, if you want good products, and if you want good services, if you want good events that are representative of us and what we do, these events cost money. And if you feel that you don't want to pay for the event, just don't go and don't complain, because these things cost money, and the world is not here to cater to people who are not willing to do their share in contributing to a good society. So that's basically how it works. So basically, we have to stop this mentality of asking for things that we don't deserve. We have to understand what's involved in killing a black business or killing any business. It's not being willing to pay fair market value, not supporting a business in the way that you're supposed to, and expecting more out of companies than you're putting in, or expecting more than you actually deserve. So basically, the mentality has to be shut down. We have to be responsible. We have to be productive members of society, and we have to protect our businesses. So anyways, we have a lot more things to talk about, but thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you, and talk to you again soon. Peace and blessings.